is enough said.
Happy Friday, Heat Nation. Your boy Ernest here, back with another Miami Heat Talk video. It's Friday, your boy's feeling good, the weekend is here. Spread that joy by smashing the like button. Don't forget to subscribe. Now, let's go on another Miami Heat Talk adventure. These last couple weeks have been crazy, you guys. I want to thank all y'all that have ridden with me. I know these Jimmy Butler rumors have been insane. We don't know what's really happening. One day we think he's being traded. One day he's not happening. The next day a bombshell rumor comes out. The day after that, Pat Riley says we ain't trading Jimmy Butler. It's been a roller coaster. But one consistent thing about this Miami Heat team that I know is, even with all this drama, when the whistle blows and between those four lines, it's time to ball, y'all. So I know this Miami Heat team are going to continue to ride. Now, a little bit of an update. No real news after the whole Pat Riley thing. You know, Pat Riley did mention yesterday that the Miami Heat will not trade Jimmy Butler. Do we know if it's 100% factual or not? Who knows? I remember in 1996, in the trade deadline, the day before the Heat traded for Tim Hardaway, Pat Riley was in a news conference saying we ain't making any moves. And then the next day he trades for 5 players. So you never know. I think Pat Riley really said that, though, because we got to cut the distractions. We got to ride. You got a game tomorrow against the Atlanta Hawks. You got a game Sunday against the Houston Rockets. You need to win these games. Now, it first was reported earlier today that Jimmy Butler has not gotten back with the team, but then it was reported after that Jimmy Butler may look to meet with the team in Orlando to fly and play the game in Atlanta. We're not 100% sure yet. But that's a big game against Atlanta tomorrow. Simply because the Heat are a half a game above the Atlanta Hawks for the 6th seed. So this game can make or break it. You make a win against Atlanta, you go up one game on the 6th seed, have a nice little comfortable lead. You lose and you're in the play-in. We need to get out of this play-in mentality. So the Heat need to do that. Now, a few updates that have come up. One from Barry Jackson that states that it is in the best interests of both parties, Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat, if Jimmy Butler returns very soon, plays as many games as possible, and is playoff Jimmy the rest of the way to motivate even more teams to make him max offers this summer. It is in the Heat's best interest too. That's Miami's preference. We'll see what happens. Now, we know the whole thing with Jimmy Butler. I've said it before, you guys. Miami Heat's in the driver's seat. They don't necessarily need to make a trade right now. Now, the trade might be better if they did it now because they can probably get more assets, but there hasn't been an offer made. So in reality, I think this is going to play one or two ways. It's going to be either Jimmy Butler just walking out in free agency, or the Heat can sign and trade him. So that way Jimmy can get the money he wants and the Heat can not lose him for anything. But even if he leaves and walks, it's not like you're not losing him for anything. I've said this before. That's $52 million off your books. Now you can build this team the correct way around Bam and Tyler. You're not strapped anymore. So whether he walks and you lose him for nothing, or whether you trade him for a sign and trade, it's a win-win for the Miami Heat. Look, guys, this new NBA collective bargaining agreement with the first and second aprons, this is unprecedented. This is something I told you guys 2 years ago was going to happen and was going to change in the NBA. And here we are. Teams are making crazy moves. The Wolves traded Cat after going to the Western Conference Finals last year because they didn't want to get hampered with second apron money. The Miami Heat and other teams, like, look what happened with the Clippers. They let Paul George walk so he can go to the Philadelphia 76ers, but they were able to retain and sign a bunch of players without bringing him back. And the Clippers are doing pretty fine. If Jimmy Butler walks, the Heat are going to free up a lot of cap space. They're going to be able to add players. They're going to get a mid-level exception back. They're going to have a biannual exception. They're not a crap team without Jimmy Butler. They're a mid-team with him, and they're a mid-team without him. They play better with him. Let's be real. Jimmy Butler's that MFer. But still, without him, I think the Heat would still be an 8th seed. So if you can add pieces to that team, yes, they'd be better. They'd be more well-adjusted. But the real question is, what's going to happen? Is the Miami Heat going to move Jimmy Butler mid-season? I don't think so. Another report that came out from the Miami Herald today stated Butler's relationship with the team has become somewhat strained in recent months, according to multiple sources. Jimmy Butler has been disappointed with the Heat, primarily because Miami declined to give him the 2-year, $113 million contract extension this past summer. We're going to stop there. I've said this before and I'll say it again. You don't pay max money to somebody who doesn't give maximum effort. I love what Jimmy Butler does in the playoffs. I love his personality, and I think he fits perfect with this team. But if you're asking me, does he deserve $52 million with the amount of games that he plays? No. The only way I'd be willing to give Jimmy Butler a new contract is if he's willing to take the homeboy discount, which it don't seem like he is. Jimmy, I love you, bro. You're a great player. You got that dog-like personality. But it's been 28 games this season, and you've already missed 8. You're projected to play less than 60 games now this season. That's a problem. We obviously don't do good without you, so we need you out there. He's just not out there. And the Heat have done this before. They've given Jimmy Butler max money with this same thing. It's not like he's been playing 82 games every season. He's been doing this every year. The difference is when you first gave him that big ass contract, he was 30 and then 32. He's 35 now. You really want to give max money to somebody who's not going to be there and that's getting older. Look what you just experienced with Kyle Lowry. Ain't going to happen. Now, one thing that came out yesterday that I originally wanted to talk to you guys about, there was a report in ESPN that De'Aaron Fox may become available. He's being frustrated with the Sacramento Kings. They're not playing that great. The contract extension may not possibly happen there. He's looking to go somewhere else. It was reported by Tim McMahon that the Rockets, the Spurs, the Lakers, and the Heat can be in the mix for De'Aaron Fox. We've heard De'Aaron Fox's name before in the past. De'Aaron Fox and Bam Adebayo are close friends. They have a great relationship together. They used to play together. This would be a perfect fit. De'Aaron Fox makes $34.8 million, averages 26 points a game, 5 rebounds, 6 assists, one of the most dependable point guards in the NBA. Would be a perfect fit next to Bam Adebayo. Now, with this whole Jimmy Butler saga coming into an end because of what Pat Riley says for now, I think the Miami Heat should go all in for a guy like De'Aaron Fox. I mean, why the hell not? He's making $34.8 million. You can definitely give him a contract extension in Miami. Florida has no state income taxes. That'd be another thing that would entice him, I'm sure. Of course, playing next to Bam, these two would be perfect together. Mix in some Tyler Hero and Jimmy Butler next to that. Unbelievable. You have the assets to offer Sacramento something good. Throw in Terry Rozier as a cap filler. Throw in Duncan Robinson, whose contract is not guaranteed next season, so you can get those numbers off your books. Or maybe not Duncan Robinson. Throw in a mix of young players. I don't mind giving up Jaime Jaquez, Nikola Jovic, and future first-round draft capital for a guy like De'Aaron Fox. I know we don't have a lot of draft picks, but we're talking about putting De'Aaron Fox and Bam Adebayo next together for the future. That would be incredible. And if Jimmy Butler and Tyler Hero are able to stay in that team, imagine how dangerous it would be. Now, look, this is all speculation. I'm going to be real honest with you guys. I don't think the Heat make a trade midseason unless it's like a Terry Rozier trade. And as much as I would love the Heat to trade for De'Aaron Fox, it's a pipe dream. I think if you're going to go after De'Aaron Fox, I don't think Fox might be traded. I think it's going to have to be in free agency around the 2026 season. Let Jimmy walk, get rid of Duncan, get rid of Terry Rozier, free up all that cap space, and then for the 2026 season, 2026 offseason, you can get a De'Aaron Fox, mix him with Bam Adebayo, keep Tyler Hero, and build that core. So do I think the Heat are going to make a trade for De'Aaron Fox midseason? Probably not. Do I think that they're going to trade for him in the offseason? Maybe. I'd give it a 30-70 chance. 30 that it's likely to happen. It could happen. But do I think that the Heat are trying to scrounge up money to build for the 2026 offseason? Oh, hell yeah. It looks like Pat Riley's zoning in that offseason because 3 guys are going to be off your books. Jimmy, Terry Rozier, and Duncan Robinson. it's going to free up almost $80 million in salary cap space. Just those 3 players. So that would be really interesting. So I want to hear from you, Heat Nation. What do you think about these Jimmy Butler reports? What do you think about this De'Aaron Fox report? Do you think the Heat have a chance of actually getting De'Aaron Fox? Do you think Jimmy Butler stays during the regular season, or will he be moved? And will you prefer Jimmy Butler if in the offseason, if he stays? Would you prefer him to walk for nothing or do a sign-in trade? Let me know your thoughts in the comments, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. We're pushing to 6,000 subscribers. Thank y'all so much for the support. And until next time, your boy Ernest out, and that is enough said. Let's go, Heat. Yeah, buddy.